Well, joining us now is Tom Fitton, president of Judicial Watch. And Tom, I know you've got to be ecstatic that Mr. Obama is back with us and holding forth on important national issues like electoral fraud. Your thoughts tonight?
Anyone who says there's no evidence of fraud is either willfully ignorant or lying to you. Now, you can say whether the fraud is enough to change the outcome of the election or what notice should be given to it by legislatures or by Congress when they vote electoral college votes or certify them in January. But to say there's no evidence of fraud is irresponsible, to put it charitably. We have allegations in Pennsylvania that votes by the hundreds of thousands were illegally counted, and we can't verify those votes as being legitimate as a result. We have affidavits in court swearing that issues arose in the counting of ballots. There's a complaint in Nevada, 15,000 instances of double voting, it looks like, votes where they were 15,000 votes that occurred in 2 states. That's evidence of fraud. To say otherwise, that might be politically useful, but it ain't true.
Well, it's not true, and the fact of the matter is, it's state after state after state, and most of those are battleground states in which that fraud could determine who the president-elect really is, whether it would be President Trump or whether it would be Joe Biden. But right now, I don't think most Americans, and I don't think, by the way, there's anything wrong at all with what I'm about to say. I think most Americans don't believe a damn thing they're being told about the outcome of this election because there, frankly, are just too many questions. We don't even know. Talking earlier with a Pennsylvania state Republican leader and elected official, they don't even know who the owners of Dominion voting machines and voting software, they don't know who they are because they're private companies. The same with ESS, and goes on and on and on. There's just no explanation. And when they had an opportunity to give an explanation today to the Pennsylvania state legislature, they decided not to.
Yeah, we're not allowed to ask questions. Only the left is allowed to ask questions. And we're not allowed to vindicate our civil rights. Only the left is allowed to pursue civil rights lawsuit. The lawsuit that the president's team is pursuing in Pennsylvania is a civil rights lawsuit. We have a right as Americans to vindicate our right to vote, which is a core civil right. The left doesn't believe that. They don't believe that anyone who votes against candidates they may or may not like has the right to pursue these claims in court. They don't believe that the Constitution or any access to the rule of law through the court system applies to people they don't like. It's totalitarianism, as far as I'm concerned. Well, they tried to throw this president out illegally, and now they're telling him he can't exercise his rights under the Constitution. They are attacking the president's right to defend himself in court in a way that I've never...
Where is the Republican Party? Why aren't people standing up for this president? Why is the Republican Party made up of so many milquetoast, soft-bellied... let me rephrase it. Why are they so timid, and why do they lack fight, and why do they insist they are principled but don't have the courage to defend principle or their own party or their own government?
You know, all I know is what they've been doing, and there's this go-along, get-along attitude here in Washington, D.C., and you can see if you stick your head up, as the president has done repeatedly over the years, what happens. They won't just disagree with you, they will try to destroy you. And the reason President Trump has been so upsetting to the left and the establishment is he doesn't care. He's independently wealthy. He'll have a life after the presidency, whether it be in January or 4 years from now, and he doesn't care. And he's willing to say and do things that no other politician in this town would be willing to do, or few others would be, because he doesn't play this game.
So why
and he
is
doesn't
Mitt
care
Romney
about the game the way they played.
Why is Mitt Romney so gutless? Says that that the president's standing up for electoral integrity is undemocratic.
What is
he?
He tried to remove him in an election year through this coup impeachment process. And the irony is In my view, Mitt Romney had the election stolen from him in plain sight because the Obama IRS suppressed the entire Tea Party movement and shut down President Obama's then most significant political opposition in a way that ensured his reelection. Romney has been oblivious to that, and then he goes ahead and votes for a coup impeachment of the President of the United States in an election year based on nothing. Yeah. And then he starts complaining when President Trump tries to, again, assert and defend his civil rights and the civil rights of tens of millions of Americans.
Mitt Romney must have a stark view now of the difference between a man like Romney and a man like President Trump. It is awful to behold if you're Mitt Romney, certainly. Tom Fitton, great to have you with us. Thanks so much.